Well, when I think of the church, the very first thing that comes to mind isn't the building or the landscape, even what's inside, but it's always the people and the stories.
If I told you my story, you would hear hope that wouldn't let go.
Well, in 1896, a small group of believers who'd been gathering in their homes put together a building, a place where they could come and meet. From that point, things took off. In 1901, the building burned to the ground and they quickly rebuilt. After worshiping here in this building for decades, Memphis Christian Church, the family relocated a mile down the road to land that had been donated by a community member. On that Sunday morning, the church gathered here for one last time and then walked down the road to the new building where ministry has continued ever since.
We had some pretty windows in the old church. That's the back of the parsonage, the new part that was put on.
I would never remember where they was. This is just my church home.
Once I got here, I stuck pretty good. And I've always had a love in my heart for the church itself and all the people that I've known over the years. It's really been a great blessing.
We've been coming to Memphis Christian Church for over 20 years. Been serving in different capacities all throughout that time. At different times, we've moved around and life changes. And we're back now in 2014 and just serving wholeheartedly.
Here lately with the recommitment, we got to help out with the YWAM, where the kids come in and learn and then they go out into the world. So we're not just affecting our small community here in Memphis, but we're reaching out to the whole world.
We're really excited to see what Memphis can do in the future, and we're committed to see that through.
After years of prayer and asking God what it is that He wanted us to do next to accommodate all of these individuals and families, the physical number of growth that we've experienced over the last 10 years. What God has revealed to us through what we're calling the Above and Beyond Project is a state-of-the-art children's ministry on the lower level. We're very excited about the space that will be provided for this next generation. On the main level, you'll see a large gathering space, a lobby where people can enter at grade, no more need for stairs or ramps after being dropped off under a dry portico where 4 cars can pull in at once. From there, you'll see a office suite replacing the offices that were dismantled 8 years ago to make room for more. 4 large classrooms for our adults, eliminating the need to go up and down stairs in between life group meetings and worship on the weekends. And ultimately, a multi-purpose room that will allow 425 or more individuals to sit at tables for those large gatherings that we long to have together as a family again. Each of us have our own story. Here are a few I'd like for you to hear.
We come here, we had left the church where we had been attending and came here for, we wanted the kids to be involved. Whenever we went through the tornado and stuff, the church was real helpful with us on getting through that. That was a big thing.
Well, I think it's exciting. We already have such a good children's ministry here, and that they'll have room to do more, to expand that and do so much more. And the teens too, they're running out of room, so it'd be good to see that grow even more.
We just like being able to be involved in the ministry and do some different things, like I'm still doing sound.
I do the brochures in the back of the chairs, so I refill those and the pens, and occasionally I reorganize all the Bibles so that people can have them in front of them, because sometimes people move them around during the week. It was a time when I just felt like things were falling apart. It was very stressful. I just had a baby a week before, and I was already in the hospital with him, and he was all hooked up to everything. And Dave brought me breakfast, and Dave and Brandon prayed for us, and it was definitely just a very encouraging moment for us because we were so stressed out.
Yeah, I think one of the most valuable things that the church ever provides is community. And I've seen plenty of people that have no community in their life, and they don't have people that they can go to when they have struggles other than, a few people in their family that might be around. And so I think that's one of the most important things that the church provides, and one of the things that I would hope that Memphis continues to emphasize.
We were encouraged to try Memphis, and when we came here, we found that it was a very welcoming atmosphere, that we were accepted. It was a place of second chances, and definitely Mike and I needed some second chances.
I'd be excited that they not have to drive around in my wheelchair to get to the sanctuary. So that's be great, because sometimes you had to help me through the snow, push me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
When our family first came to MCC, we were drawn by the Fall Festival. It's this massive festival every year at the end of October. So after the Fall Festival, we decided, with the people and how much joy they had, we should probably check it out. So we had a little one, Grace Emily. She was only 1 year old at the time, so very mother dependent, and really wouldn't go with anybody. So we didn't think it would work out, but we thought we would give it a try. The most amazing thing that had happened was one day we were in the kitchen, and to face a cancer diagnosis at such a young age is very, very tough. And little Grace came in the kitchen, and she was 2 years old, and she looked right at her mother and she said, my God is so big, so mighty and so strong, and there's nothing my God can do for you. And she got that from here. She got that from this church. She got that from coming to the Sunday schools and to the dugouts and the different things. So that was taught to her by these people, and so immediately I knew, we were all in at that point.
2 years ago, we had a career day at school, and I was a little bit after I got baptized, and I wanted to be a preacher, so I dressed up as a preacher and I went to school, and some people didn't really understand it at all. So I kind of explained to them that I want to be a preacher when I grow up. I think this church is really a lot different than other churches, because you have new people coming in every week, and some churches, they're all screaming at you for the stuff you did wrong, and like our church is building you up, not tearing you down. So when I'm out of college and I have a family, I want Pastor Dave's job.
I've been that person in the past who just comes to church to get my attendance card punched and say I went to church for the weekend and feel better about myself. But I wanted to be the person and the leader of my home who takes that next step and goes all in and above and beyond even more.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Go all in. See where it gets you. See what it does for your family. See where your family grows and the relationships you have with each other grows because you went all in. We did, and it was wonderful. But we can speak for ourselves. Go all in.
I needed to give this money. It's something I just have to do, because if I didn't and I kept it in the bank and the Lord took me home, He's going to take me to an area and He's going to say, you see all these people here? He said they would have been saved if you gave that money to build the church. And He said if you'd have built it, they would have been in the family of God. But you didn't, and so now they're lost. And I didn't want to be the cause of it. So I'm the last of the Biggses. So when I'm gone, there won't be any more Biggses. So I want to leave a legacy behind. Now I'm going to choke up. Because I've never had any children of my own. And this church is my family.
The most exciting part of this project is what God has revealed through Above and Beyond is exactly what the name says, is that it calls you and I to go above and beyond. Not just in our financial giving, although that's very important, but if you think about the reason why God commands us to give in the first place, it's so that we'll learn to trust Him. It's so that we'll learn to be not just generous, but willing to sacrifice. And God has promised that He will provide everything that we need for every good work that He has planned for us to do. Memphis Christian Church, God bless you for being the people that you are. And God bless us as we move forward to share His love and His light with the world around us.